So you want to learn how to make industrial music with only FL stock plugins? Is it even possible to make good industrial music like that? Well, here's some proof that it is possible. Did y'all see that? That just came out of nowhere. I'm getting good at it. All right, so first of all, I'm going to take my BPM to around 120. That just seems to be a really good tempo for 4 on the floor stuff, which it seems like a lot of industrial encompasses because it takes a lot of influence from techno, it sounds like. And I'm going to do a 4 on the floor kick, and I'm just going to find a rock kick. There it is. So I'm just going to lay that down, and that's just going to be our inspiration for a bass line. And now let's start adding a bass synth. I'm going to use Harmor because that's just a really good plugin for getting a bunch of different types of sounds. And you can also, they've got like great presets as well. Let's just look at this analog bass. Like that's already like a fucking terrific industrial type of bass. Industrial a lot of the times is in a minor key, and yeah, so I'm just gonna fuck around with some shit. Oh, and I'm also gonna put a limiter on the master, which I always forget to do. And it's really about just the cool thing about industrial is that you can be weird as fuck and you can just try different things out. So that's what I'm gonna do now, is I'm just gonna try different things and see what it sounds like. And let's take the tempo down a little bit. Nice. I'll be back at 5:45. All right, Monster Chief. All right, well, it's 6:30 a.m. here. How long did it take you to learn all of this? Yes, that was nicotine pouch. Yes. It took me, it depends. Like, I had a bunch of different stages of different genres. So, like, it took a certain amount of time to sort of master different genres. I don't feel like I've ever mastered anything with all of this. Which is why I love it so much, because it's endless. You can never get as good as you possibly can, because you can endlessly get better and learn more genres. For me, I was kind of a slow learner. It probably took about 5 years before I was any good at all. All right, sorry. Okay, so we've got this bass line. And if you want a little music theory to go along with this, all that's happening is I'm bouncing off from the tonic, which is this D, to the third, the minor third, which is F. And then up here, I just go to the fifth, and whatever is right above the fifth, I guess that's the minor sixth. And yeah, I just really play around with the scale. So yeah, just learn a basic scale, and then you just literally just plucky bass, do the tonic most of the time, and then bounce off of different things, and you got like an industrial bass line. So I'm gonna go into Harmor, and I want this to be a little bit more plucky. And I gotta go on A side too. And it sounds like there's reverb. I don't really want reverb on this. Actually, it does sound kind of cool. But we need to make this bass line sound a little bit more industrial. So I'm just going to add some distortion because that, you know, just adding distortion helps. I've got an entire tutorial on Fruity Wave Shaper if it confuses you, so you can check that video out here. But I'm just going to try to shape the distortion a bit and not go too crazy with it, but get it sounding distorted. Let me... Yeah. Yeah, and you got to be careful in this like 100 to 300 range with bass. So I usually dip some of that out. But this Wave Shaper really is underrated. But this is getting a little bit too distorted and it's taking out the pluck. So the way I'm going to get around that is I'm going to send this to another mixer track and then I'm going to route to this track and just do like parallel distortion. And then that way I can take out everything in here with the low end and we can still keep that pluck. And then I'm just going to try doing something slightly different that we could use in the verses. And I like to do this so I can just bounce everything to audio because my CPU isn't great. So I'm just going to change it up. Maybe not like that. Like this perhaps. Nope, I don't like that either. We'll just do a regular old pluck. Yeah, and I'm going to edit some of these velocities just to give it a little bit more variation so we don't have that machine gun effect going on. Yeah. So then we've got all of that, and now I can just bounce our bass together. Yeah. And by the way, I have to mention this. If you don't want to go through that process of parallel distortion every time, I actually made my own plugin inside of Patcher called 808 Baker. And sorry for y'all on the live stream who are seeing me promote this twice, but you know, I'm trying to make a living with this, so I got to promote my stuff, you know. I'm sorry. Alright, see you later, Marty. Hell yeah, David. I'm glad you fuck with it. I'm still in the stream, Marty. Oh. So yeah, this is 808 Baker, and basically all it does is all the parallel distortion for you, so you don't have to route everything and shit like that. But yeah, that's for $8.08, and it's on the YouTube shop if you want that. But yeah, so I'm just going to export the master so that way we get the parallel distortion as well as the regular signal, both of those combined together as one audio file. Hell yes, I love what you were doing. This is awesome. Thanks, Gene. What's the genre? It is industrial. We're getting a little 9 Inch Nailsy, Marilyn Manson-y. Alright, so now we've got our bass bounced out as audio. So, synth bass. Alright, so I think this will just be like our intro sound. And now we're going to make a glitchy snare. We're gonna make some weird shit. We used to have really good techno clubs in Michigan. I love industrial music. Hey, hell yeah. Bro, I've always wanted to go to a techno club. I'm a busy boy. Drums. So if you think about it, back in the day, industrial was made, like all the weird drums and stuff was either like old school samplers, or by distorting rock drums. So, let me just see if FL has any drums we could use for this. I would want to use that one, but if we're staying true to it, like 707, you know, that's an old sampler, so yeah, we'll go with that. And to make like an industrial snare, really all it is a fuck ton of distortion. A lot of these sounds are just a fuck ton of distortion. So I'm going to put a safety limiter on this so it doesn't get too crazy. And yeah, we're just going to start adding distortion. Once again, wave shaper's coming into play. And I might also add just a fruity fast distortion and do the overdrive. Or let's try fuzz, actually. And see, that's already giving us some of that industrial flavor. And I'm going to bump up some high end and take out some low end. Just give it some extra crunch. And I feel like we need even more distortion. Like, we need to get a little wild with it. So let's just do another wave shaper. And we definitely need a little bit of reverb. Snare is too high, I think. You might be right. Yeah, let's pitch the snare down a little bit, see what that sounds like. Well, if we make it shorter and lower. Nah, maybe not that low. Yeah, I think that sounds better. You said low and short sounded good? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just do something like that. And maybe take down the decay time on it. Okay, and then we just need that 4 on the floor kick. And Fruity Soft Clipper is something really good to put on your drums to make them loud. It helps. And then I'm also going to EQ this kick just to make it stick out a little more. I'm going to boost the high end and boost the low end, dip out some mids. But now we got to put a limiter on the kick. Do you play any real instruments? I do not. I'm just kidding. I do. I play guitar and piano. I'm pretty damn good at guitar. I can basically only play chords on piano. Okay, so how to make industrial music with FL Studio stock plugins only. We got our synth bass. We got our distorted drums with some reverb. Now we need to add some atmosphere to it, give it some creepiness, put it inside of a world, if you will. So the way I'm going to do that is with flex, a really good way to put something, or a really good way to make something sound deeper or more inside of a world, I guess. That's the only way I know how to say it, is to just have one note that's like either the tonic or the fifth that just kind of keeps playing. So I'm going to go, oh, let's try Kepler, actually. Kepler's underrated. Let's see, they've got to have a pad in here, I'm sure. Aerobic, let's see what that sounds like. That might be the perfect one, actually. So I'm just going to try playing the third, because it's industrial. I'm trying to experiment. Nah, sounds weird. Let's do the tonic D. Yeah, I usually do sidechain my bass to the kick, but I don't know. It just feels wrong to do that for this, because I feel like the old school shit, there wasn't much sidechaining, and I'm trying to stay true to like the original industrial sound, you know. We could even add a fifth to that. Nope, never mind. Let's just keep it one note. And then we just need to take out the low end from that so it's not fighting with the bass. And we need to add a fuck ton of reverb to it. And just make it more of a background element. Because whenever you add reverb, you're basically putting something farther away. Is a good way I've learned to think about reverb. So it's going back inside of the mix, you know. We might need to do a different pad though. That's kind of going crazy. Yeah, I think that works. And I'm just gonna make this, oops. I'm just gonna make this really long so that we can just export it so that it's just an atmosphere we can put in anywhere. You know, it'll sound good, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't fucking know, bruv. A bottle of water. Oh, I got a bottle of water, bruv. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna export that to audio because my fucking computer can't handle it if I don't. Sounds like an 80 Synth intro for an action scene with a muscular man. Yeah, you kind of right. You kind of right. All right, I'll just call this D ATMOS. An emo like vocal would be absolute evilness. I wanna say when you sound get down here, I say. All right, yeah, so we'll just keep that, and then I'm gonna copy this synth. I just realized I don't fucking make tutorials. I fucking just make music and teach while I do it. I don't know if that's good or bad. But, so yeah, I'm gonna just copy this MIDI from the bass and put it into Kepler and just do like a synth pluck type of thing. And just kind of layer it together. I do gotta get better at teaching shit though, because I'm not like a natural teacher for real, for real. Sticky plucky? Maybe that'll sound cool. Oh, we gotta put in that MIDI. No. No, where is it at? Bass, yeah. Yeah, that's like non-existent. No, not strings. We need something plucky. That's not plucky. We'll just use a bass. That'll probably be plucky. All right, yeah, this is starting to sound kind of 80s. Yeah, but to make this sound a little more industrial, I think we need more distortion. We need some anger in there. Yeah, this atmosphere's got a weird frequency. Oh my god, I'm such a bad teacher! Is anybody fucking learning anything from this? So I'm gonna dip that out. Do you knowingly use call and response in your tracks? Yes. Depending on what it is. I've done a lot of dubstep. That's like the main thing I've been paid to produce for people. I ghost produced a lot of stuff for the EDM artist Lucy. And so call and response is something I think about a lot, but not like all the time, you know, basically just mainly I think about that for drops. I got a notification. Oh, nothing important. Tribe said I'm learning. Okay, well, hell yeah. All right, so I'm going to distort. The ever-living fuck out of that synth to just try to get it. Let's try Blood Overdrive, because I never use that. That sounds cool. It's a little loud, so let's turn down the volume on the limiter a little bit. Yeah, that sounded cool. Maybe we can add Destructor and just do like a motherfucking bit crusher on it. So I'm just going to change this to the default preset or empty preset. Let's do a distortion and go to the type and change it to crusher. And just to make it even more, I'm just going to do another distortion after that crusher. And I'll do another one. You think I'm scared to double up some distortion? We'll use the Harmer log. That's a really aggressive one. Yeah, there we go. And maybe even some chorus. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna export that synth that we have distorted all to hell. David said, I'm definitely learning stuff. Okay, fuck yeah. I'm glad. Sounds like something from a WWE video game. Awesome, bro. Thanks. Bro, I used to love WWE video games when I was a kid. This bass synth gives me a Rez vibe. I do fucks with Rez. A little bit. I don't really listen to her like that, but, you know, I fuck with her sound. Even though I've definitely taken a lot of inspiration in my own original music from her types of mid-bass type of shit. You know, but... Alright, distorted synth. Alright, so let's get rid of the drums so we can kind of start arranging this and figure out what we need to do next. We could try just like pitching down this distorted synth after we exported it. Yeah, maybe for later on in the track. But I'm going to start it off just with the bass. And there's still gross frequencies in this atmosphere. Okay, that's good. Alright, cool. And then we'll do the drums and have the distorted synth come in right here. Okay, and yeah, that'll be like the intro. And we definitely need some cymbals. But we gotta do more stuff also, like, Jesus. And FL Studio's tripping on me, so let me get rid of some of this. Okay, so another thing I like to do for intros is to like put a bandpass or something on the main element in the intro because it's not going to sound as big when the full thing comes in. So we're just going to like put a little bandpass on this here bass. Nice. Which synth are you using? Sorry, just joined. No problem, Mr. Music. That's Harmer. The bass is Harmer, and the lead synth is Kepler. But yeah, so I'm just take this bass and do something like this. And I might even put a bit crusher on it. Bro, I haven't used FL stock shit in so long. Do they got... Oh, yeah, Effector has a... I just have to open the plugin database because I don't know where Effector is. All right, I can just type it in here, can't I? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to choose the... Where's it at? Lo-fi. Maybe we can do the filter before it. Yeah. Then I'll do another filter afterwards just to take out some of the high end. And then that way, whenever everything comes in here, it'll sound a lot louder. But now we definitely need some cymbals. I'm just going to take a cymbal loop from Phase 1's pack, because fuck FL Studio drums. I do not want FL Studio drums in my songs. Just fucking get a splice sample, like sample pack or something. You gain staging in the mixer or somewhere else? Yeah, it looks like I'm doing it in the mixer. But I'm really not thinking about the gain staging too much at this point while I'm doing like all the creative stuff. I usually don't worry about that until I start mixing. But this is just a really good cymbal loop from Phase 1. That's the Chinas. Let me also get the cymbals. And the cool thing is it's in 150. So whenever we time stretch it and bring it all the way down to 100, that's going to make it sound a lot more lo-fi, which works good for industrial. And then maybe we can time stretch the Chinas to be 75. And I know a drummer wouldn't be playing Chinas and cymbals at the same time, or Chinas and crashes at the same time, but this is industrial. We fucking around. Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to doing FL stock. This is kind of difficult. I want you to make future bass. Oh, I'm down to make future bass. Bro, check out Drugs by Lucy. That's probably the best future bassy type thing I've ever done. She did like the verses and then I produced the drops for that and it was fire. Yeah, I hate the fucking fruity limiter. Jesus. It's such a shitty limiter. I'm just going to do a fruity balance before the limiter because I feel like everything's getting a little too crushed. And I think we might just add a guitar right there to go along with the bass because I'm just not fucking with how it's sounding right now. And the flex distorted guitars aren't that great, but at the same time, I mean, it could sound cool because of fucking industrial. Make almond break rhythm. For this, how to make the beat sound not break. Please teach mastering. Mastering's a little complicated, but I could definitely teach something about it. But I'm just going to go into Essential Guitars by Flex and just find a distorted one. We could try the metal chords, which I think is just power chords. Oh, oops. Where's it at? Yeah. Let's try something else. This one maybe? No. Let's try Ace of Space. No, we need yeah, Dark Star Metal. Let's turn up the overdrive. Let's bring it down. Maybe we try doing the guitar just being like a sustain note though. You know, so it's like this. Yeah, I think that layer's better. And maybe we can copy and paste this up to the 5th to make it like a power chord. That sounds so fucking bad. Never mind. Yeah, I would usually never use Flex guitars in rock shit. I usually use something like Shreddage 3 Hydra or the Odin, but yeah, I think it works in this case. Alright, I'm going to export that guitar because my computer can't handle it. Yeah, but it is it the new update? Yes, this is FL Studio 2025. What's good, Grizz on the beat? Sorry it took so long for me to get back. Oh, that's cool, Monster Chief. TikTok? I was able to catch a stream. Let's go. Hell yeah, Mr. Crazy. These are all basic VST. Yep. These are all FL Studio stock. The worst sounds are always the worst sounds are good for industrial, I think is what you said, David, and that is fucking facts. All right, guitar. And now that bass that we had before, that's just doing the D note. That'll be good for like a verse. So I'm just gonna chop that and copy and paste it just across the board. And we'll do just the snare at first. That snare is so fucking loud. Holy shit. You know what? The snare being loud though works in the intro, just not in the verse. So I'm gonna set the volume with Fruity Balance. And then I'm gonna automate the mix level of Fruity Balance. So that way we have the volume set and we can just turn it on without having to automate the actual volume. So then in the break or the intro, it's like loud, and then in the verse, it gets quieter. And then I'll just take this atmosphere from the intro and kind of just chop it up to just repeat. And let me get rid of this guitar because it's making my computer run slow. Sorry, I have to fucking do this. I'll get a good computer eventually. And then let's add a shitty hat. I'll just copy and paste that. Yeah, I think a hat just like pitched down. That could work. And we'll just do it like that. Or maybe like this. Maybe even pitch it down more. Actually, that sounds kind of cool. We just gotta take the length down to like here, maybe. And we don't need any humanization on that at all. What's good, Poggy Gobble? Try a poison, sour or toxic biohazard. Oh, Jesus. I'd never use either one of those. I'm down to give it a go, though. But I don't think I have those in my... I mean, I've got, like, the demo versions. Yeah, so I'm just going to have the guitar come back right here. And then I'm going to put the kick back and have the guitar. And I'm going to bring that distorted synth back. But I'm going to make it unique as samples so we can have this one at a higher pitch than this one was at. And I'm going to bring that one back down. And let me go back to my notes. Let me make sure I covered everything. Synth bass, glitch effects, distorted drums, minor key. Okay, we got pretty much all of that except for glitch effects. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some glitch effects for the background. Fruity granulizer is really slept on because you can get some crazy sounds with it. It can be a CPU hog sometimes though, but it's really good. Oh wait, what do I got all this on? The snare. Oh well, that'll be fine. I am not gonna torrent. I feel wrong doing that. I know it's just crazy for a music producer to say. What was I getting? Oh yeah, fruity granulizer. Where would that be at? Synth special? What the fuck? Sampler. Okay, cool. So we're going to get a fruity granulizer, and I'm just going to put a really long sample in there. I'm just going to search Chill Panic and see if I got any full songs in here.
Are you ready?
That's another thing. Okay, well that would be great because that's already like distortion, but I feel like that's not, you know, helping.
I'm done around the city.
Oh, no, not this song. Not anything but that song.
I'm on that surprise.
Oh, no, not that one either. Jesus. Okay, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Yeah, we'll just throw a guitar. Alright, and I'm just going to kind of do like a random... Yeah, I'm just going to kind of do like a random a beat with it, you know? Or I might just... No, I'm going to just leave it sustained, actually. Sorry, I'm figuring this out as I go. So we got Fruity Granulizer. I almost said Vandalizer. And... yeah, I just like to fuck with these effects. I really like to use the random knob. And then we can do different grain spacing. I really just like to fuck with this. I don't know what any of this is doing, really. I might need another sample. You know what? Actually, a drum loop could be good for this. Let's just grab a drum loop. Yeah, that'll work. I'm really just fucking around. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, this type of sound I was going for. Something like that. Definitely got to put a limiter on that. And you know what? Let's do a sound goodizer, bruh. We'll just sound goodize that shit. And I'm going to take out the low end because there's some crazy low end going on. And guess what? We're going to do Fruity Wave Shaper again. And then I'm going to do Fruity Hardcore, which is like a very shitty guitar cabinet type of thing. I'm going to turn off everything except for the distortion. And let's just try a different cabinet model. I thought I could just click that. Oh, okay, I can. Acid rock, maybe? I don't know, actually. That's not sounding cool. And then maybe we just add effector one more again. Do some bit crusher. A little bit of bit crushing. Oh, I got Apple billing problem. Sounds like a burning bag of popcorn. Yes, it does. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take Fruity Vandalizer. Fuck it, I'll call it that. Oh, I'm gonna make a patcher plugin called Vandalizer. That's such a cool name. And I'm just gonna do it at like a different pitch. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. Yeah, so I'm going to export that so we have like a basis of glitchy sounds. Be smooth, stay blessed. Appreciate you, Stamp. Stamped? Oh, you never used Fruity Granulizer, David? That shit fire. That shit fire as hell. Alright, so now we've got this audio of all our glitches, and I can just delete the granulizer. I'm going to set this to detached, and then I'm going to make a new pattern called glitch. And I'm going to put in slice X. And then I'm going to bring this glitch into there. And I'm going to just go to the auto slice and do medium. All right, let me try dull. Or that's sharp, actually. Dull. Well, that's too dull. I guess medium's fine. Yeah, whatever. That'll work. So now I've got a bunch of fucking random glitch sounds. And one of my favorite things to do is just click a bunch of random ones, and then I'll go to the wrench in Slice X and go to the arpeggiator and just do a random arpeggio. You do that by clicking the question mark. No, stop it. Okay, so that's what this sounds like. See, you get like a bunch of cool sounds, and it's all rhythmic because it's doing the arpeggio in an actual rhythm, but it's random also. So you're getting a bunch of different glitch sounds, and then you can also just like, you can have it select different sounds. Like it'll be all these sounds at first, and then you copy and paste it, and then just pitch it down, change the sounds around so it's doing different sounds the second time. So then when it's like combined, it sounds cool. So yeah, and you just get a bunch of cool sounds. Definitely got to put a limiter on it, and we got to high pass it because it's going a little crazy. I don't like that brrr thing. Yeah, that one. Yeah, then we'll maybe put a little bit of reverb on it. Whew. And I guess we just need to do vocals, and then we'll have our industrial sounding thing. We definitely gotta chill that out a little bit though. That's taking up too much room. Oh, another thing I would do is put a stereo enhancer on it. Just get it out of the way at the middle, because that's where we're gonna have vocals. Hello guys, my ear's gonna bleed. My bad. We make an industrial though. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? Alright, and I don't know, should we really do vocals? Do y'all want to hear vocals? Or you think this is good for a tutorial on industrial? Look at this big ass mug. It's $9 on the Chill Panic YouTube shop. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. So I got an answer from somebody. Y'all want vocals, or is that not necessary? Yes, please. Want to hear some vocals? All right, works for me. Oh, I got earwax. Ugh. Okay. So, industrial, especially like industrial rock, sounds like it has like a sexy, whispery type of vibe. So I'm just gonna kind of get in the zone of that, I guess, and I'm gonna just fuck around before I record and just get kind of an idea. Change the body myself. Too much of faith to say. I'm in the sun, so you will. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna make noises, I guess, cause I don't know what fucking layers to do, bro. Just get that going. Hey, I fuck kangaroos. Alright, I don't really fuck kangaroos. That was a joke, y'all. Yo, what's good? I'm back. Welcome back, Marty. Bro, this stream is so long. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Alright, so yeah, I'll record a little bit of vocals. Oh, same way out. Keep you back for good. Oh, you've been holding on my radar, just like you should. I'm speaking in like the fucking Sims language, but you know, it's just to show you some ideas for vocal effects. Alright, yeah, that sounded good. By the way, y'all, I'm thinking about making a patcher preset for vocals. Is that something you'd be interested in? Let's see. We got Fruity Limiter, just to keep it down. And let's do, like, a fucking band pass a little bit to give it kind of like a radio effect almost. And we'll add a little bit of distortion, not too much. To keep you
back for good. Oh, staying way out.
Oh, and we definitely need a compressor. Let's get ourselves a compressor and just compress the shit out of it.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good. Oh, staying way out. Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good. Oh, staying way out.
Something like that. Maybe take out some of this low mid shit right here.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good.
And then we definitely need some like reverb.
Oh, staying way out.
And I'm just gonna crank it into the limiter.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good.
And let's add a noise gate. I'm just gonna use the Fruity limiter and get a noise gate preset.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good. Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good.
And we can add a little bit of delay.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good.
And definitely need a little bit of chorus.
Oh, staying way out.
And chorus is like a big thing for like old school rock. Chorus was used a lot back then. Let's take down the depth a little bit.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good. Oh, you've been holding on my radar just like you should.
Damn, that sounds cool as fuck. I love that. Did I just get a notification? Oh no, I didn't.
Keep you back for good.
Alright, so this is the industrial thing we made.
Oh, staying way out to keep you back for good. Oh, you've been holding on my radar just like you should.
Alright, not the best, but I think it gives you some good ideas for doing industrial, you know, especially the Fruity granulizer trick. Bro, why is nobody chatting? Oh yeah, I'm definitely making this into a video later. I've been recording the whole time, and yo ass is on the video right there. Ah, gotcha. Well, no, this part is actually probably going to be cut out.